She said, "You need to miss me more. I'm blocking you until you do." I answered, "Good, saves me time." While she was gone, I ended every plan she had tied to my name and moved out without a trace. When she texted, "Are you even thinking about me?" I replied with a photo of the empty apartment. And before she could respond, someone else did. Hey viewers, real quick, if family drama is your thing, smash subscribe. Now back to the story. I'm 31 and I thought I knew what love looked like. Turns out I was just really good at being convenient. We'd been together for 3 years, met at a friend's barbecue, started dating a month later, moved in together after year one. She was charming, social, always the center of attention at parties. I was quieter, more reserved, but we balanced each other out. Or at least that's what I told myself when she'd make little comments about how I needed to loosen up or be more fun. The blocking incident happened on a Tuesday night. We've been arguing more frequently over the past few months, mostly about stupid things. I forgot to pick up her dry cleaning. I didn't laugh hard enough at her friend's joke. I spent too much time working on my photography hobby instead of watching reality TV with her. Each fight felt designed to prove I wasn't doing enough, wasn't being enough. That Tuesday, she came home from drinks with her friends and immediately started in on me. "You don't even care where I am or what I'm doing," she said, throwing her purse on the couch. "I texted you," I replied, not looking up from my laptop. "You said you'd eat out. One text in 4 hours," she said. "You were with your friends. I was giving you space." She stood in front of me, arms crossed. "That's the problem. You give me too much space. You don't chase me. You don't make me feel wanted." I closed my laptop and looked at her. "What do you want me to do?" "Text you every 20 minutes while you're out. I want you to miss me," she said, her voice rising. "I want to feel like you can't stand being away from me, but you're perfectly fine. You're always perfectly fine because I'm secure in our relationship," I said. "Because I trust you," she laughed, but it wasn't a happy sound. "You know what? I'm blocking you on everything until you learn to miss me more." I stared at her for a moment, then I said, "Good, saves me time." Her face went through several expressions: shock, anger, disbelief. She grabbed her phone, made a show of blocking my number right there in front of me, then stormed into the bedroom and slammed the door. I sat there for a few minutes just breathing. Then I opened my laptop again and started making lists. The apartment was in my name. The lease, the utilities, everything. She'd moved into my place, contributed about 30% of the rent when she remembered, but mostly treated it like her personal crash pad. The car we shared was mine, paid off 2 years ago. The furniture was 80% mine from before we met, but it was more than that. Over the past year, she'd gotten increasingly comfortable using my name for things. She'd listed me as a cosigner on a credit card without telling me, put me down as a reference for a job she never got, signed us both up for a timeshare presentation that we absolutely had to attend for some vacation package. She'd even told her parents we were getting engaged soon, which was news to me. I started Wednesday morning by calling the credit card company. Took me 40 minutes and a supervisor, but I got myself removed as a cosigner. She'd racked up nearly $4,000 on it in 6 months. Then I called the timeshare people and canceled whatever agreement she'd forged with my signature. They weren't happy, but I made it clear I'd never signed anything and would pursue legal action if needed. They dropped it. I changed all my passwords, bank accounts, streaming services, email, everything. She'd been using my subscriptions for her own devices, and I realized I didn't even know half the places she was logged in. By Thursday, I'd contacted my landlord and gave notice that I'd be moving out at the end of the month. I found a new place across town, smaller but nicer, and put down a deposit. My landlord, who dealt with her complaints about noise from neighbors and demands for upgrades, seemed almost relieved. Friday, I took a personal day and started packing just my stuff: my books, my clothes, my photography equipment, my kitchen supplies. I worked methodically, room by room. Her things stayed untouched. I wasn't petty enough to trash anything, but I wasn't taking responsibility for her belongings either. Update 1. She unblocked me on Saturday. I know because my phone buzzed with 17 missed messages, all arriving at once at 2:47 p.m. The messages started friendly: "Hey, I think we've both had enough space now." Then concerned: "Are you okay? This isn't like you." Then annoyed: "Seriously, answer me." Finally angry: "This is exactly what I'm talking about. You don't care at all." I didn't respond. I was at the new apartment directing the movers I'd hired. They were efficient, professional, and didn't ask questions about why we were clearing out only half an apartment's worth of stuff. Sunday morning, my phone rang. I answered this time. "Where are you?" she said immediately. "No hello," I replied. There was no apology. "Out. Out where?" "The apartment. You came home last night and half the apartment is empty. Where's the TV? Where's the bookshelf? Where's—" She paused. "Where's all your stuff with me?" Silence. Then, "What the hell does that mean?" "It means I took my things and left. The lease is up in 3 weeks." You'll need to figure out where you're going. You're breaking up with me over a stupid fight." Her voice pitched higher. "You blocked me and said I needed to miss you more." I said calmly, "I did miss something. I missed the red flags. I missed how much of my life you tangled yourself into without asking. I missed how often you made me feel like I wasn't enough." "This is insane," she said. "You can't just leave. We live together. We have plans." "What plans?" "We were going to go to my sister's wedding next month. We were talking about getting a dog. You were talking about those things," I interrupted. I was listening and not agreeing. "There's a difference." She started crying, the kind that's designed to make you feel guilty, hitching breaths and small sobs. "I can't believe you're doing this," she said. After everything," I repeated, "after you co-signed a credit card in my name, after you told your parents we're engaged when we never discussed marriage, after you spent 3 years making me feel like I was failing some test I didn't know I was taking." The crying stopped. "You went through my stuff. I went through my financial records and found your mess." I said, "I'm not doing this anymore. Lose my number." I hung up, locked her on everything. Then I sat in my new apartment, surrounded by boxes, and felt lighter than I had in months. 2 weeks passed. I'd settled into the new place, hung my photographs on the walls, established a routine. Work, gym, photography, walks around the city, cooking actual meals instead of grabbing takeout. I forgot how much I enjoyed my own company. Then I got a message on social media from her best friend. "You need to call her. She's a mess. What you did was cruel." I didn't respond. 3 days later, a message from her sister. "I don't know what happened between you two, but she's telling everyone you abandoned her. She's staying with our parents now. She can't afford rent anywhere." Still, I didn't respond. Then, exactly 19 days after I'd moved out, my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. "Are you even thinking about me?" I stared at it for a moment. Then I walked through my apartment, taking a photo of the empty living room where her clutter used to live, the kitchen without her expired food in the fridge, the bedroom with only my things in it. I sent the photo without a word. 3 dots appeared immediately. She was typing. Then my phone buzzed again, but the message wasn't from her. "Hey man, is this number still good? This is Mike. We met at that gallery opening last year. I'm texting because your ex just showed up at my place asking if I'd seen you. She said you two are on a break, and she's trying to surprise you." Seemed off, so I wanted to check if everything's okay. My stomach dropped. I typed back quickly. "We broke up. She doesn't know where I live now, and I want to keep it that way." "Got it. She's pretty upset. Showed me texts where you sent her a photo of an empty apartment. Said you're playing mind games, not games. That's my new place. She's blocked. Thanks for the heads up." "No problem. She's asking a lot of questions about you, though. Thought you should know." I sat down heavily on my couch. She was tracking me down, making me look like the villain, playing the victim to anyone who would listen. The mutual friends started reaching out over the following week. Most were just curious, asking vague questions about what happened and "Are you okay?" A few were more direct, saying she'd told them I'd moved out without warning, taken things that weren't mine, and ghosted her. I kept my responses simple. "We broke up. I moved out." I wish her well. I didn't elaborate, didn't defend myself, didn't engage with the drama. But then I got a message from her cousin, someone I'd actually liked during our relationship. "Hey, I don't usually get involved, but I'm concerned. She's saying you stole from her and she's thinking about filing a police report. I don't think you do that, but I wanted to warn you." That crossed a line. I called him. "Thanks for the heads up," I said when he answered. "What exactly is she claiming I stole?" "She says you took the TV, the PlayStation, some furniture and jewelry that was hers," he said. "I told her that sounded extreme and she should just talk to you, but she's really wound up. The TV was mine. I have the receipt. The PlayStation was mine. The furniture was mine except the stuff I left behind, which was hers. And I never touched any jewelry." I said she's escalating because I'm not responding to her. "Yeah, I figured." He said, "Look, I know she can be a lot. Just wanted to make sure you knew what she was saying. I appreciate it." I said if she does file a report, I have documentation for everything. Receipts, photos from before she moved in, the whole thing. "Good, stay safe, man." I spent that evening compiling evidence, photos of my apartment from before she moved in, showing all my furniture, receipts for the TV, the PlayStation, my camera equipment, screenshots of our text conversations where she talked about how nice my place was when we first got together. Then I drafted an email to her sent from a new address she couldn't block. Subject line, "Final communication." The body was brief. "I have been informed you're considering filing a false police report. I have documentation proving ownership of everything I removed from the apartment. If you proceed with false claims, I will pursue legal action for defamation and harassment. This is the only warning you'll receive. Do not contact me or anyone in my life again. I attached copies of every receipt and photo, then sent it. She didn't file a report. Instead, she sent one last message through her sister's phone 2 days later. I just wanted you to miss me. I didn't think you'd actually leave. I didn't respond. Over the following month, I heard through the network of mutual friends that she'd moved back to her parents' place 2 hours away. The credit card debt caught up with her and she had to pick up a second job. Her sister's wedding came and went, and apparently she spent most of it crying in the bathroom because she told everyone I'd be there. I stopped checking social media for updates about her, blocked anyone who tried to pass along messages or guilt me into reaching out. 3 months after I moved out, I ran into one of her friends at a coffee shop. She looked uncomfortable when she saw me, but came over anyway. "I owe you an apology," she said. She told us a very different story about what happened. "I've been hearing things lately that don't match up. I'm sorry we believed her without asking your side." "It's okay," I said. "People believe their friends, I get it." "For what it's worth," she added, "she's been doing this pattern with the guy she's seeing now. Same complaints, same drama." "Some of us are starting to realize the problem wasn't you." I nodded but didn't say anything. It wasn't satisfying to be proven right, it was just sad. I'm in a good place now. The new apartment feels like home. I've been seeing someone new casually, and it's refreshingly simple. She doesn't test me or play games or need me to prove anything. We just enjoy each other's company. Sometimes my phone buzzes, and for a split second, I tense, wondering if it's another message from a random number or a mutual friend passing along drama. But it never is. That chapter is completely closed. The empty apartment photo is still on my phone. I keep it as a reminder that sometimes the best response to manipulation is silence and action. She wanted me to miss her. Instead, I missed the chaos. Some people have asked if I felt bad about leaving the way I did. Honestly, no. She created a situation where she had all the control, blocking me, deciding when we'd communicate, testing whether I'd chase her. I just opted out of the game entirely. 3 days later, I was still getting updates on the credit card situation. It resolved itself eventually. She defaulted on it, but since I got removed as cosigner before that happened, it didn't affect me. I check my credit report regularly now, though. It's become a habit, a small step toward being more mindful of my financial health. But to answer the question about whether I loved her, I did, or I thought I did. But love shouldn't feel like a constant performance review. I'm learning what healthy actually looks like, and it's quieter than I expected. The last thing that sticks with me isn't the drama or the heartache. It's the realization that peace doesn't have to be loud to be real. Ever dealt with toxic family? Comment and subscribe.